Long story short, I've been abused since 3 from my knowledge. At 4,
Mm.
I had BV. Like a child shouldn't have BV at 4. That's when my mom knew I was getting touched, but yeah. Um, yeah, I've been touched my whole life.
Welcome to another episode where we have real conversation with real people. And today we have a special guest. She's an adult content creator. Welcome, Karma. How you doing?
Pretty good, can't complain.
And I can dig that. So let's get straight to it. So what made you decide to start creating adult content in the first place?
What made me was basically I was dating a guy and he was into it, so he showed me the ropes. I was curious. I didn't want to do it, but like I was curious. But as soon as I started doing it, it was like, "Oh, I could do this."
Okay. So when you had said you didn't want to do it, what was
Like that
the
was not
part
my
you
main focus. I was an accountant at the time of starting. So I was just starting my career, just got out of college, and yeah, it wasn't like the main focus.
okay, so like were you nervous about it? Like was you nervous about, what your family and friends would think?
A little bit, but my circle is very small, so I really
Yeah.
didn't care too much.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, 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 that's so that I definitely understand. I definitely understand on that part because I know if I did something like that, man, like I can only hear my mama right now.
Yeah, it's not
But oh yeah, for sure. So, but like this is one of the questions I want to ask because it's like when I see adult content creators, you know what I'm saying? This is the thought that I have sometimes, right? So I want to ask, like, do you think your childhood plays a role of you being adult content creator?
100%, at least for my life. For my life.
Okay, why you say that?
Like, I was in middle school, and I was thinking about, like, being a pole dancer. Like, why at in 6th grade are you thinking about dancing on a pole, you know?
All right. Interesting.
Yeah, I just long story short, I've been abused since 3 from my knowledge. At 4,
Yeah.
I had BV. Like a child shouldn't have BV at 4. That's when my mom knew I was getting touched, but yeah. Um, yeah, I've been touched my whole life. I'm sorry to say, like, I've accepted it.
That's
So I
good.
I can talk about it because I've accepted it already.
That's good, and I applaud you for that because, a lot of people have a hard time, being open about their past trauma, you know what I'm saying? And that's something, like, I realized too, like, when I meet people, including myself, like, I went through my own journey as a child, you know what I'm saying? So, I know how you feel, you know what I'm saying? Like, it kinda like sometimes Imma be straightforward, like, I believe that plays a role why people so hypersexual. Do you kinda agree with that too?
Yes, because, I started having, like, intercourse around 11, 12.
Damn.
Yeah, I was, like, raped by my cousin at the age of 12. He went to jail and everything. Like, thereafter, I was like, "Since you guys want it so bad, here you go. Give it up." But, like, I wasn't, like, doing it with everybody. I found my baby daddy at the time because I had a kid at 15. I found my baby daddy at the time, so, like, I was, like, having sex with him, like, every time I seen him, like so, yeah, just like that.
Mm.
I wasn't, like, doing everybody I met. I wasn't one of those. I was just when I found somebody that I liked, I was I was into it.
Right. No, no, definitely. I definitely understand. What was the steps you took for you to heal
Actually
that inner child?
I actually didn't start healing until I'll say, like until I started sex work. That's when I started, like, actually learning about myself and knowing who I was. Actually last year no, it was this year because I started taxes this year. I went celibate for the first 4 to 5 months, and I wanted to take back my control. I don't wanna give it out unless I say it's okay, and I had to learn that literally in the last year or so.
Right. Right, right. No, 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 definitely. Okay, okay. No, I applaud you because that's not an easy thing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely applaud you on that one. And what I want to ask is too, like, what's the biggest misconception about women who do OnlyFans?
that we're whores, that anybody and everybody can touch us. That's not true. I know a lot of sex workers that are married. I know a lot of sex workers that don't sell their self. I know a lot of, there's a married, there's a different, you know, and I feel like the ones that are free, the ones that are actually whores are giving the hoes, the ones that are paid, a bad misconception because everybody is not here to give it to you. And you don't own my body, and I can give it to you when I want to give it to you. And then if you want to proceed with, you know, we can make arrangements, but other than that, I have to say so, and you don't own my body.
Right, right. So tell me if I'm crossing the line. So like, so I can explain this. So you've been a sex worker, right? Do you like sleep with money? Sleep with money. Do you sleep with men for money outside of you making content? Or you just only do strictly OnlyFans?
I sell my time. Like, I've been paid $600 to go on a date with someone. Now, if they want to proceed after that, then we can make more arrangements, but I don't sell myself. I sell my time.
Oh, that's how you look at it. So
Yeah, thank you.
you don't be afraid cashing anything, you know what I'm saying? Because that's kind of like a scary job.
Inside the womb, but you don't ever want to give anybody anything of your body that is raw. So no, I don't sleep with men raw unless I choose to, and you have to be a very special person to have me like that.
Got it. No, definitely, definitely. So, like, how and I wanna ask you this. So, how do like, has doing adult content ever affected your self-esteem or your mental health at one point?
A lot, yes, actually in a positive way. My
On
self-esteem
the positive?
has grown, my confidence has grown, I've learned a lot more about myself and what I like as I've went down this journey. I've only been doing sex work, this is my 3rd year.
So you've been a so I wanna ask you this. So you doing sex work, right? What's the most you ever made in a day? You if you feel comfortable sharing that.
I don't feel comfortable sharing that. Plus, I don't have,
Are
like,
you
a
good?
number right on top of my head. Like, I
Okay,
could,
okay.
like,
You good. You
throw
good.
something out there, but it's pretty high, like, more than 1,000 for sure.
Damn. So you think men can make good sex workers?
Yeah. The man
Shit,
that
I need
I'm dealing with right now, he makes way more than me.
Yeah.
Way more.
Damn. No, that's damn, that's a hell of a job though. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like you don't be feeling like disgusted sometimes, like damn, because I'm gonna keep it real. Like I'm gonna be straightforward. You know what I'm saying? Like if I watch porn, right, I might feel kind of like nasty, like damn, I can't believe I did that. Or sometimes if I sleep with somebody that I really didn't want to sleep with, and I got my nut off, I'm like, man, why did I do that? You don't be having no feelings when you be doing that sometimes.
I mean, I'm human. That's why it gotta be worth it. I don't wanna just do it. That's why I stopped. That's why I went on my, like, celibacy break because I needed to know who I was as a person. I don't wanna hang out with somebody because they want to have sex with me. I wanna hang out with somebody because they actually like me. That people, normal people, think that we're just sex objects. So I had to stop putting that perception on myself because no.
Right. So do you see yourself doing this long term, or is this like an exit plan?
An exit plan. I feel like life is just a journey. So like however it goes, it's where I'm gonna go. But I like what I do right now. But do I see myself doing it in about 20 years? I mean, I could. Like, why would I want to stop if if I like what I do? There is older people that are still doing it. Uh, an exit plan, I would just say, like, I'm already doing taxes. I have my accounting degree. I don't necessarily need an exit plan. I just need to build off of what I already have. So I'm into houses. So I first owned my house when I was 20. I want to do that again. I want to like keep on like Monopoly. That's what I'm into. So exit plan, but building myself every day. Yes.
So, I find it crazy though, not in a bad way, but it's just crazy because some people might find this crazy where you got your content degree and you can just use a career of being a content, but you choose OnlyFans, you choose to make money being a sex worker. So that money is you make way more money being a sex worker than being an accountant,
Um.
or is it
So
just the financial freedom that you have?
I was miserable. I was miserable as fuck as an accountant. My income was limited. I was literally seeing millions go past my screen every fucking day, and I wasn't struggling, but it was like I wanted a better quality of life. Like before, yeah, I just wanted a better quality life. There was no freedom. I was a single mom who needed freaking help. By the time I had to clock in for work, my son had to be at school an hour later. How am I supposed to clock in when my son's supposed to be school in an hour? And then I'm supposed to get off of work early to go get my kid that's getting out at 2 o'clock when I'm supposed to get off of work at 5. You got to be control like, you gotta be kidding me, I'm not doing this. And then me doing this by myself, like, yes, he has a dad, but that his dad was a weekend dad. Well, that's fun. Like, no, I need help during the week. I need someone to help me, like, when I'm tired. Like, I have to cook, clean, and take care of a kid, and. I was tired. So now I'm doing what I do best. Yes, I don't get a paycheck every week, but I get paid every day. So I'm fine with getting paid every day rather than weekly. But now I get to actually handle my business. I have time rather than money. Like, I would rather have time. Time is more valuable. Now I get to see my kid when I want to. All the time. All the time. Like, why
Yeah.
wouldn't you, like, I don't know.
I definitely feel this. I don't have any children. Um, before I even well, Imma say this. I definitely understand I don't have any children, and that's one of the reasons why I started this podcast because I wanna, like, create, be my own boss to where I can do what I please, and no one can tell me what I can and can't do. You know what I'm saying? So, it's all about having a peace of mind. So, I definitely can understand you on that point, and I wanna ask you this, so, do you think let's say if your I don't know how it is now, but, like, if your son father was stepping up and helping you out a lot more, would you still decide to be a adult content creator?
If I had had a set life, like, where everything was, like, structured, I probably would not have thought of doing anything like this. Even before I did it, it was this girl on Facebook who I admired a lot, and when I
Yeah,
seen her link go up, I was like, "Oh my god, like, why would she do such a thing? I liked you a lot, but, like, now I'm her." It's just
I see.
stop
No,
judging
no,
people.
no. Yeah, but see, nobody can judge though because I see. When I was younger, I'm 30, so I ain't gonna like I'm old. But when I was immature, I'm gonna say that way. I had an immature way of thinking. I would judge women like, damn, why would she do this? Why would she degrade herself? But you don't know what people going through. You don't know what people's situation is. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't have the same type of way of thinking. Like some people just do things the best way they know how. Sometimes people don't have examples to show them how to get themselves out the situation. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, definitely no. No one can judge. You know what I'm saying? I used to be like that too. I used to judge a lot, but as I got
Mm.
older, I had to understand everybody go about things the best way they know how. So what I want to ask is like, are you afraid? Cause you say you have a son. I mean, I don't know you have other more kids, but are you afraid you as a mother that your content in the future may haunt you?
Yeah, so my brother, he already got a whipping of it, but my thing, how I try to control it is I don't post my kid at all on the media. You will never see his face just because of his comfortability. I don't want him to go to school and be like, "Hey, I seen your mom." Like, that's weird.
Yeah.
And he is going to be he's pretty old. He's pretty old, because I had him young.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, I try to shield as much as I can in the beginning because I want to give him that choice when he gets older, when he's like 17, 6 sorry, 17, 18, when he has the, like, because eventually he's gonna know. He's going to know.
But why not stop then? Like, why not just like, you know what? I have fun with this. I have fun being adult content creator. It was fun while it lasted. Let me just do something different for the sake of my kid. I don't want my kid to
It's
be
already out there.
haunted about.
It's already out there. Like, it's I don't that doesn't go away. Like, I knew it was like, it is what it is. Plus, not to be harsh or nothing, but we all go through life and we don't choose our parents. I didn't do this to hurt my kid. I am living my life.
Mm.
And that's the best I can say. I don't know how else to say it without being, like, really harsh, but, like,
No, that's not being harsh. Keep
if
keep going.
someone grew up and their dad raped someone, you can't choose, like, the dad didn't go rape someone and didn't think about their kid like, "Oh, the kid's gonna have a rapist as a dad." Shit just happens. So it's like you don't get to choose your parent really.
Facts, facts, facts. And that's what go back to what I said. Like people go about things the best way they know how. And that's not for you or that's not for somebody on the street to understand. That's, I don't know how, I don't know what you believe in, but that's between you and God, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, nobody can judge. You know what I'm saying? Then too, like I always say this a lot in my interviews, like my dad always tells me, no book was not given to a parent on how to be a parent. Parents go about things the best way they know how because of their upbringing. And unfortunately, kids that have to suffer, I feel like, you know, it, personally, I feel like shit, it's on the kid to learn from right from wrong. Like, if that situation gonna make you, or is it gonna break you? Yeah. So no, no, you actually, spend some gems. So have this type of line of work affected your dating life or no? I know you say you is in a relationship, but like the
But
you say you in a
I'm dealing with someone. So like
shit.
I don't me personally as a human, I like to connect with people. So I connected with someone. I'm just not in a relationship, married or, all that good stuff. I know I have a go-to person. And I feel like a lot of people do.
Met this person that you talked to, like, did that ever affect, like, you going on dates or men viewing you differently because of what type of work you do?
They definitely view me different. I cannot date a normal man anymore.
Why you say
Just
that?
won't work because I keep him in three. It's
Explain,
this
what you mean?
guy um that I'm dealing with and he makes six figures and he has a good like setup. He has about we call them doors when you own real estate. So he owns about like 20 doors.
Okay.
He's well set off. It's just me, who I am as a person. He's always going to think that I have this high, ridiculous sex drive that I'm never going to feel like I am satisfied with him. And he's a normal
Mm,
guy. So it's like, even though his is pretty high, because like you clearly found me how you found me, but he has this high sex drive. And in my opinion, he's delusional because yours is higher than mine, and I'm the sex worker. But yeah, I can tell his insecurities. A lot of normal men are insecure, and I can't be with an insecure man. It just won't work.
but I hear men say that, "I can't date a woman who does that type of work," or who other
It's
words, Imma be
insecure.
straightforward. Yeah, and Imma be straightforward. It's not me saying it, but this is how men think. I can't be with a hoe because if I take her serious, then I feel like she always gonna go back to what she knows. So, by you saying that, what's the misconception of that way of thinking?
If I'm here with you and I like you and I love you and I'm here with you, why can't you accept it? You would know if someone's fucking off on you. But like if you're doing
Yeah,
what you need to do as a person, it will work. Like me and the six-figure guy, if I stop doing this and I go get a real job, it will work. And he told me that. But I know I'm not in the place right now where I'm ready to date. So I'm not going to put him through that. I'm not going to stop
mm,
what I'm doing, go get a real job because I'm not going to be happy. I'm not,
got it,
you know?
got it. No, I feel you gotta do what best for you, you know what I'm saying? I definitely understand on that part. And I wanna ask you this too. So, like, you think women should have a whole phase?
I feel like a whole phase is how you're brought up because there's a lot of people in this world
Mm,
that don't go through that. Like, it's for instance, I went to school, college, and there was this one counselor, it was the Promise Program. No, it was called something else. I think it was called the Promise Program. Long story short, she was one of my, like, mentors, and she wanted to get married. She was a virgin. Like, I met her as a virgin. And she's like, what, 25, 27, and she was a virgin. She got married, she's having kids. Still have her on Facebook, and I'm like, I admire that. I just know I would not have been that way even from the get-go, before I even chose to have sex because I didn't have a virginity because that shit was gone. It um, I knew my life would never be her life because she grew up a different way. Like you're
right.
27 and you're a virgin and you hope to get married and you hope to have kids and you hope to have this fantasy life that sounds great to me, but I know I would never have that.
Mm. I see. Now that makes some sense. That makes some sense because there's women out there that be like, "Oh, well, you should have a whole face so you'll know what you like."
No.
And you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I agree with it, but I don't agree with it. But by you saying that, it kind of threw me off in a good way because I thought you're gonna agree with that. You know what I'm saying?
Now me,
Yeah,
my life, yeah, hell yeah, go have your whole face. Girl,
yeah,
you already been experienced, like, you need
yeah,
like, it just doesn't stop after you hit a certain plateau, you're gonna it's a high. You're gonna keep on chasing that high, and yeah.
yeah. No, wow, yeah, you definitely dropped a gem. Like, a person whole phase is really because of their upbringing. So I want to ask, I kind of ask you this. I want to make sure it makes sense because you basically, you know, the things you went through, the decisions you made because of your upbringing, right? So what do you think you got to do to step away from that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, I'm not saying this is you, but people be stuck in that victim mentality. Like, man, I'm this way because how I was raised. I can't do X, Y, and Z because how I, you know what I'm saying?
My
Are you
mama
still
got
going
that
through
real
that?
bad. My mama got that real bad. I'm learning as a human. I'm learning myself. You just gotta know who you are as a person, and you'll do great.
Yeah,
You
I
gotta know
definitely.
what you want, all types of stuff.
But what it sounds like, correct me if I'm wrong, it sound like a generation curse. Because you say your
Mhm,
mom, it seemed like you was going through that at one point.
mhm.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You know, got to find ways to break that. I mean, we'll all go through it. I'm not judging
But
you
she's
if,
still
I'm
stuck
like,
in hers. She's still
why you
stuck.
think?
It's the simple fact. It's 'cause like, long story short, it just literally happened, like, not even, like, 30 minutes ago. She got the surgery for her stomach. She cut her stomach out, and she asked me to go get her some ice cream. Like, I'm still on my journey. The biggest I've been was 250, and now I'm, like, 183. I'm really small.
It's good.
She got her stomach cut out, like, 2 years ago, and she's still eating like she's a fucking fat person. Irks me because she asked me to go get her some ice cream from the store. I got the mini ones because ain't we supposed to be eating different? This female got 2 boxes of ice cream. That's 16 cones.
Damn.
Why would you do that? And she sat there and she was like, "Well, I bought it because I wanted to." "What? Because you wanted to be fat?" Like, what is
Right.
wrong with you? And it's always like, "Well, I can't." Yes, you can. You can get up and
Yeah.
go get the ice cream. You can get up and go walk if you want to. You're supposed to be exercising, not eating ice cream. So it is a
Right.
victim mentality that any human in any life can have. You just have to fix your own mentality and
Right.
stay away from the lost and the broken, and you'll
Yeah, I
be
agree.
just fine.
You know, my dad was the exact same way. You know, my dad passed away a year ago, and he was the exact same way. My dad was kind of somewhat in a victim mentality. You know, sometimes this is what I learned. It's really hard for people to actually face their own issues. And sometimes people do things because they're unhappy with themselves and they self destruct. You know what I'm saying? So, like, my only suggestion to you is not trying to tell you what to do. You just gotta have patience. It's kind of hard too because you love your parents so much, and it's hard to watch them self-destruct, and you want the best for them. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely understand because sometimes it's like you become the parent, and then they become the child. Then you got to question. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm over here
So
frustrated because I'm sitting here trying to help, and she don't want help. She don't want help. She don't want help, but she wants someone to be there and watch it. I'm not gonna sit here and watch you self-destruct. I'm okay with not watching that.
you ain't wrong. You got to protect your mental. You got responsibilities too. But long you can look in the mirror, and long you know you did everything you could for your mom, that's the only thing that will matter. I want to ask, like, damn. So I want to ask you this before I even switch topics. Do you think women with a high body count who's very hypersexual have like daddy issues?
Yeah, it depends on the person though. But the more experienced you are, the more you could catch things, like not just STDs, but like experience and like cues and like it's just different. It's different. I'm sorry. I probably didn't even really answer your question, did I?
No, you did. No, you answered. You just
Okay.
straightforward. You kept it short and simple. No, definitely. Because a lot of like, cause I realized that too. Like, it's like, you know, you get older, you start understanding people's behavior, and then I'm like, okay, you act this way because you're trying to search for that love you never receive. Even men do it too. And with myself, I'm just laid out. Like it was a point in time where I would be like thirsty for women, meaning gas. Like I gotta talk to a woman. Like I gotta feel love. Like I try to find my love in women. You know what I'm saying? And I would kind of, I'm not saying it's you, but it's just me. I would degrade myself like to talk to certain women that I know I would never give her a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
But it's just me. But she's giving me something that I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah. So nah, definitely understand. And I want to ask you this too. Like, I've been seeing this on the internet a lot. Do you think hypersexual man is on the down low?
Sometimes because, like, that rush, that feeling, it's like a drug. Like, it's really like a drug. It's like, "Damn, I wanna feel it, I wanna feel it, I wanna feel it." So it's like and then you don't know what they went through. So it's like, sometimes, like, some
Yeah.
Diddy shit be really happening, and once you feel that feeling, once you get that G spot, you it's like eating a flavored popsicle that is your favorite flavor, and you're gonna tell yourself, "No, you're never gonna taste that flavor again." No, I wanna see and I wanna experience and I'm curious. Once you're curious, it's over. The curiosity kills the cat for real.
You ain't wrong. That's why like I had to get myself right. Like I had to like lean on God. I had to get really baptized. Like I got baptized recently, so like I had to, you know what I'm saying? Like it's still like I'm still going through it, but it's not as bad. But I still have my battles. But that lust shit ain't no fucking joke. Like that shit be really like I can see why niggas be really not. I don't want to sound gay, but I can understand why niggas be doing certain things because just to get that rush. And then a lot of men are different, so they're gonna find little different things just to get that nut off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I will also say like to mention that a lot of people forget that men, boys are touched as well. So, like, even at the small age, like me, if I was a man and I'm, like, doing what I'm doing, it could be because of my past as well. It could have happened. It couldn't, auntie coulda, or, a uncle could've, and that opens your mind too. That's why you're not supposed to touch kids because let them go on their own journey, but you can affect a man's life as well if you touch them as a kid.
And I'm gonna ask you a couple more questions about that. Have you forgave your parents for not feeling like no, before I know what, let me ask you this way. When you was going through what you was going through, right? Have you like no, I'm asking you, I'm asking you this way. Have you forgave your parents for not feeling protected as a child from them not, you know what I'm saying? Did you feel like your parents could have done more to protect you so you didn't have to go through that?
I forgave myself
Why you say that? But you a kid though. How you gonna forgive your like how you gonna forgive yourself? You was a
because,
kid, you didn't know.
like, kids ain't stupid. You get that feeling, but, like, your mind and your everything not open. So it's like, deep down, this ain't right. Cause I remember I was like, what? I was like 6 or 7, I was in daycare, and I knew that the girl that I was, like, playing with, we weren't supposed to do that. Like, we know back in our head, like, this ain't supposed to be
Yeah,
happening, but, like, we little kids, and this is better than playing with Barbies, like,
right.
little shit like that. So,
Yeah,
like,
but
I had
I'm
to like, even though I was a kid, you still knew that this wasn't supposed to be done. If that
right.
makes sense. So, like, I could've avoided a lot of situations, and it didn't all stop until I put my cousin to jail, but, like, half of my family hates me because of that. I know, right? It's a lot.
We got it. You don't feel comfortable talking about that. We ain't
I
got
know,
to.
I'm okay. I don't care.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's dig into it. Just small little questions. Your cousin, right? Your cousin, the one who was I can't say I don't know if I can say the word because I'm
Diddly.
trying to. Yeah, that's say your son. That's say your son. That's say your cousin doing touching on you, doing things he don't supposed to be doing, and you say you went to go, tell why? Like, what made you, go tell?
He was my favorite cousin. I was not expecting him to do that. I felt like I was set up. Quite honestly, um I didn't understand why he did it. I didn't know why I was in that situation, and I wanted it to stop because he wasn't the only cousin. I had another cousin who was like he was giving me the hints, and I'm like, "This ain't cool, like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all?" Like,
And your family not saying nothing or not like I'm pretty sure your family was aware of what's going on.
One side of my family, we have a history of that shit, and my grandma already hated me because I was black. So, that's that. Um, so she really didn't care. But then when I put my cousin in jail because of something that they condone normal, we don't do that shit over here. That they condone normal, I was wrong.
So when you say they, you talking about like, correct me if I'm wrong. So your white side of the family and your black side of the family, you saying?
Mhm.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. So they felt like I shouldn't have got the government in our business, but I felt like I was so confused at that moment, and I just wanted to be done with, like, this is like that's when I lost control. That's when I lost control, when I actually yeah,
Yeah. How old were you when you contacted the
around 11
authority?
as well.
Yeah, so they yeah, but I mean, people just real dysfunctional, you know what I'm saying? And they just people like that. I don't know. But it's very common in family that, you know what I'm saying, that you got that one relative who touched on children and things like
But
that or
he wasn't like that. Like, that was my favorite cousin. Like, he was, like, much older than me. I said, like, he was, like, 8 years older than me, and he was, like, 20. He had his own four-year-old kid that was in the same room while he did what he did. Like, it was so fucked up.
damn, damn, damn. Have you forgiven him? Have you spoke to him since and asked him why and stuff like that?
I'll say after I put him to jail, my family put us together inside the same house that it happened in, and they made him apologize to me, but I think that they did that so I could lie on the stand.
Wait, so you lied on the stand?
No, they
Oh,
wanted me to. That's why they made him apologize to me to make it better.
you know what, man? I really applaud you for being brave to stand up, not stand, but confront how can I say this? No, I'm gonna be straightforward. I applaud you for, you know what I'm saying, just having the courage to do something like that. Because most people at your young age would have not done that. They'll allow their family to manipulate them, and then they getting older, then now they regretting it and wishing, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like your story can really inspire a lot of people who's in your shoes. Because a lot of people who went through what you went through as a child, they either self-destruct, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that you still standing here and sharing your story, you know what I'm saying? I really applaud you. You know what I'm saying? You're a strong person, man. Like, I salute you on that. But to take it to a different take a different pivot, you know what I mean? What do you say to people who believe a high body count makes someone less worthy?
Don't mess with somebody with a high body count. They're not for you. Go find you a little version. Go find you somebody that haven't did it with every because there's some people out there. But if you got a problem with somebody, they not for you. Go find somebody else. Don't play in
I
nobody
see.
else's face. Don't be like, "Oh, you got a high body count, but I can still hit because I'm" no. You're exactly the same. You hold the same exact value that you think that person holds and that they're useless. You are the same mindset. You're the same person. But, like, for me, I take people for who they are. I don't judge
Right.
them for what they done. I judge them for who they are today and what they're going to do. That's who
Yeah.
I judge. But, like,
Yeah.
if you think that someone with a high body count is disgusting, then don't have one and don't deal with anybody with one. It's that
Mm.
simple.
Got it. Got it. I'm gonna ask so can you date a man who don't know what he doing in the bedroom, but he got a good personality, he makes sure you straight. He you know what I'm saying? He give you the love that you always wanted, but he just can't satisfy you. Like can you
Yeah,
can
definitely. If he can have somebody else come do the job he can't do, we could be like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Other than that, no, I need that little part hit.
I see. So you don't think a relationship can survive if the sex not good?
No, that is my stress reliever. That's what makes me go to a different world without moving an inch, you know? That I feel like it's a healthy way to release. It's I don't do drugs for real, so it's like that's my drug.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. But what if okay, well somebody listening But what if somebody like, being on their ass or not even being on their ass, but what if the relationship is not what if the relationship is toxic, but the sex is good, they continue to stay? You mean that's kinda like creating
No.
unhealthy home environments, don't you think?
Mm-mm. If you toxic and the sex is good, okay. So my crush, he did a lot of things to me, but we have this
Yeah.
agreement where as soon as you hit that dough, the draws come off, and as soon as you nut, you gotta go. We got that agreement because he is toxic. He got a lot going on, and I don't want to deal with it. But I do have a relationship like that.
Yeah, I feel you, but I feel like Imma just keep it real and correct me, but I feel like, you know what I'm saying, like, the times that we live in, you know what I'm saying, like, I feel like a lot of people put the wrong and I'm gonna be straightforward. Some women, not all, I'm not referring this to you, but some women look at the wrong things when it comes to a man. Like if his sex not good or if you don't have this and this and this and that, but it's just like sometimes a man might not have everything which you may be looking for. And then I just feel like what if he can be that person for you mentally and spiritually? He might not can't, you know what I'm saying, perform
Okay,
well in the bedroom, but
let me be real with you. Every man that you're gonna meet is not going to have everything that you so desire. You have to pick and choose. You
okay.
really do. A man could be smart and have money, horrible in bed, or he could be good in bed with money, or he has a horrible personality. You have to pick one. There's only three that they're gonna hold. I mean, there's only three options, and you gotta pick two. You can't have three. And if you want
I
all
feel
three, you're gonna have to find another person. That's why I said I keep them in threes because this man can satisfy me this way. That man can satisfy me this way. And when you put them all together, you're just the magical man that I need.
Well, do you see yourself being married? Okay, I'm glad. So I'm glad you said that. But because I'm asking you that because how like I feel like it would be better for you to focus on one man. Because are you gonna do is subconsciously compare like, damn, this I'm just using names. Tom, I ain't gonna say no names, but you could just say like, "Damn, this person." You gonna start comparing like, "Damn, I like him, but he don't do it the way how this person do it." Then you go to guy number two. Damn, guy number two, he cool, but he ain't like guy number three. Then you go to guy number three. Damn, guy number three ain't like guy number one. So it's just like you confuse yourself, or you be like, "Damn," you know what I'm saying? Then you just stuck. You know what I'm saying? Why
I
not
feel
just
like
focus
that's
on
where I
one?
am right now.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, why not like look at the man character? Like, don't get me wrong. Like what you said, like, you just said, like, a man not gonna have everything, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how you
Exactly.
worded it. But it's just like sometimes it's what I feel like, other words, it's all about a person character. A person character speaks volume, and I think a lot of people don't look at that. They look at the wrong other things instead of a person character and what they mentally is and what they minds, you know what I'm saying, in a different way. Just who they are mentally and spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get a man who can fuck the brains out of you, but does he able know how to deal with conflict when you go through things? Because it's like you be surprised how life works because you're gonna go through different changes in life, and is he able to be that partner for you go through your changes? You know what I'm saying? So, but what I want to ask you this too. So, like, would you ever stop doing OnlyFans for the right man or the right marriage?
Yeah.
Okay,
It would just
okay.
take a lot though.
What you say?
Because you're asking me to stop doing what I'm doing. So it's like, are you going to help me with my goals? Are you going to take me there? Like, are you going to align me into a better life? Like my housewife? Because I would definitely do a housewife. It's just me, I'm into guys that have multiple women. So it's like I see myself as a sister wife. I can do all the house duties. I can take care of all the kids. I can do that. But are you going to provide? Are you going to put me down too? Because I seen that before. I seen that happen where the man is the breadwinner. He has all these luxurious things and his wife of many years, more than 10 years, he sat there and he told her as she can get out. You not finna put me out. You know, that's why I like to have my own things because you're not finna put yourself on this pedestal like you done did something when I've been here for countless years and you gonna treat me like such?
All
That's
right,
why I kinda like, I don't know, like, are you gonna set me up for a better life or are you gonna
makes sense.
push me all the way through just to knock me off my like, no.
Makes sense. I understand you got your concerns, and that's why I say is a man's character is a man character can outweigh everything. A person character, I ain't gonna say just a man.
I was so
But
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No, no, go ahead. You good. Yeah, you good.
I was so shocked of him acting that way.
Yeah. Nah, nah, nah. Definitely, definitely. Nah, I definitely understand. So, like, well, let me ask you this then. So, what do you personally believe a woman role is in a relationship?
It depends on the relationship, honestly, because the role can be flipped. Sometimes men like to cook, sometimes the man is the better cooker. Sometimes women, women are very limited. I learned that. But me as a woman, I can change my own tire. I can put up a mirror. I can do handiwork. I can fix piping. A lot of women can't do what
Yeah.
I do, but
Okay.
yeah, it just depends on the person because sometimes people switch roles a lot.
Right. Yeah. No, definitely. I feel like we live in an era where like the masculine man is lost, and it's not, I don't use the word lost. It's not really like it's not a lot of masculine men.
You
You
know,
know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of women who's feminine. Like because
no,
masculine men, they too busy worrying about what a woman doing and a woman worrying about what a man doing instead of just learning how to stay in a role. So that's why I had to ask. And you said something too, I'm gonna ask you, save my mind. You said that correct me, correct me if I'm saying this wrong. You said you cannot date a man who don't have multiple women. And I heard that before. Did you say it like that? Let me make sure I say this correctly.
well,
Okay.
I said, well, I don't know what I said, but I would prefer for a man to have multiple women.
Yeah, okay. So you prefer to have men with multiple women. And I heard a man say this like some women don't want to deal with a man who don't get hoes or who's like a man basically from what I heard that a man want to not a man, but a woman want to deal with a man that knows that he can get women. And if he don't have that type of energy, I should say, then it makes a woman not really be into him like that because he don't get a lot of women. What's your response?
I'm kinda on his side though, so it's kinda like I kinda don't
But
have a
why is
different
that though?
opinion.
But why is that? From a woman perspective, why is that?
Women attract women. If you 'cause I dealt with this one guy that he could literally pick up women just like that, and they'll have their never mind, that's besides the point. But yeah, he could pick up women, like, within seconds, and that I admired. And then when you get the women, it's what they know is what I'm attracted to. So it's like he can get them and I can pick at the knowledge. So it's like now we're all well rounded. And what I can't do, she can do. So it's less stress on me and the man is completely satisfied. I would rather that. And men, they just I feel like they're planters. Planters can go around to different pots. Women are pots. We get planted in. We got to sit there and grow. So the man has to maintain us. He can go to many pots. Women can't go and spread their, seeds around.
I see. I see. Nah, because basically, in other words, like people want what they can't have sometimes.
People want, they can't have. What do you mean?
Like, no, no, that's a totally way up. No, that's the wrong way. It's like that's not what I meant to say. What I'm basically saying is it's like I get what you're trying to say, like from a woman perspective, like, dang, he can get this and just make like in other
It
words,
makes
I
life
understand.
easier. It really
Yeah,
does.
no, yeah, yeah, I'm tripping. I don't know if I said that. But yeah, nah, I get it. I get it. So there's a couple more last questions. We're gonna wrap it up. And what I want to ask is as of like you've been through what she was going through, you know what I'm saying? You growing up, the trauma that you experienced as a child. There's a young person out there who been touched on, who went through the things similar to what you went through, right? What is your message to them who's struggling with that? Or somebody who's your age who having a hard time to accept what happened to them?
It's really hard because there could be so many situations. You don't know if it could be the mom. You don't know if it could be the dad. You don't know where it's coming from because even a teacher decided to, put their hands on me. It's
Damn.
so hard. It's so hard. And you don't know what to do in that situation as a kid because, like, you tell them no, but like, how much strength do you have? You don't want to get someone else in trouble depending on who the person is. It gets deep. Like, it gets deep, and then you just don't know. And then it's like, you just don't know.
Yeah. So wait, you had a teacher do that to you as well?
I was in K4. I was in K4. And then long story short, fast forward, I went to for 2 minute school and he was his bus driver. I walked past his bus and he was taking pictures of me and I was like it was some like I got stories for fucking days, bro.
Damn. Damn, I wish someone was, was able to protect you, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Damn, damn, but, things happen for a reason, you know what I'm saying? This
I
pretty
don't know
much,
what the reason was though, like, I really wish I woulda knew. Like, no, like,
yeah,
what was all that for?
but I
12 years,
this is
like,
yeah, but I kinda feel like I'm not saying in a good way of why you went through that, but I just feel like, it's like, man, I kinda feel like I really feel like you can be an advocate for people who went through similar things you went through because that's so common, it's still happening to this day. We have to really protect the children, you know what I'm saying? That's not really, what's the word I'm for? That's not really, promoted, protecting young children because they innocent, you know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that you actually share that with me, you know what I'm saying? One of the things too, I wanna ask you before we wrap it up, like, there's a woman out there who wanna get into OnlyFans, right? Like, what's your suggestion of a woman who wanna start their own OnlyFans?
if you're new on the block, go as slow as you can. Do all the solos you can. Slowly graduate yourself. Yeah. Avoid trains as far and as much as you can until you are at the peak of your career.
Trains, wait, what you mean by trains?
Multiple men.
God damn. Wait, I gotta ask you, you been in that situation before?
No, because
I'm
I
gonna say
want to
like, damn.
code my, I would say, innocence, because once they see you in that light, it's hard to get that light off of you. So, like, as soon as you, I would say, if you want to start solo, then girl, then girl, like a lot of girl. And then do the boy girl. Because as soon as you get on camera with a penis, it's like your career goes like, it'll go like, woo! And then it would start doing one of those. And then once you do multiple, it's like you have to keep on doing all of that just to satisfy your customers.
Oh, okay, yeah, you got a good fan base, right?
I do, but it's like because I do my certain niche is why.
Right,
So like that would be
got
your
it.
niche when you first start.
So what if Pornhub holler at you, or let's say like a porn industry company holler at you, like, hey, we got you a contract. Would you do it, or you just gonna keep doing what you doing?
I mean, it depends. Like OF is like monthly money. Production is right now money. So it's like did a couple production scenes. So it's like I got paid right now and I wasn't able to keep the rights. But yeah,
Got it. So this is my last question I want to ask you. So at 40 or 50, how do you feel knowing your adult content would be online?
at the age of 40 or 50,
Yeah, because before you answer, because sometimes we don't keep in mind that what we do at a young age is going to affect us as we get older. You know what I'm saying? We don't be, you know what I'm saying? So like, how do you feel about?
make the best porn. That's all that's like, cuz that's why I still haven't like explored even more than that. Like the dude that I'm about to go collab with, I love that man down to earth. He asked to pee on me, and I was like, "I don't know about that. I don't know, but, like, people gonna watch that." He was like, "Yeah." Like, "No, like, that's
Yeah.
extreme, bro, like, I have to watch that again."
Like I should ask you earlier, like how much, like how many scenes you do a day? Like you don't get burnt out? Like damn, you know what I'm saying? You don't get sore?
So, I like to only work during my, like, ovulation period because I can get
Oh,
all the time. But, like,
yeah, you be like,
I like to sit down. I don't like to like, I'm not a very experienced, but I'm not hypersexual. So it's like, I can't fuck you every day. It's not gonna work. That's why I like men with multiple women because you're not going to fuck me 3 times a day. I don't like that. Even with someone I like. It's going to get old and it's going to get old fast. And I enjoy sex. I don't want to not enjoy sex. So you have to have other women when you're dealing with me because it's not gonna work.
can you see yourself being committed with one man?
Yeah, of course. But like I said, it has to be more entertainment in the mix for it to work. So, like,
So I'm
yes, I can
assuming,
be committed to one man, but you need to
yeah.
have women. That's
So
the
I'm
only way it's
assuming,
gonna work.
when you get married, y'all gonna be some swingers.
Oh, hell
You
yeah.
gotta have,
Yeah.
yeah, okay,
I'm a third
okay,
wheel in the
yeah.
swinger community right now.
I heard that. I heard that. Well, that's all the questions I have. I really appreciate you coming on, you know what I mean? And, keep doing what you're doing. Just keep in mind what I say. I think you should be an advocate. I think you should spread awareness, share your story more, you know what I'm saying? Because there's somebody out there who's struggling, who's, you know what I'm saying? So, I applaud you and keep doing your thing.
Thank you. It was nice meeting you.